The real reason your business isn't growing isn't what you think. In fact, if you feel like that you've tried everything, you've done everything within your power that you know to do, okay? And clients still aren't coming, trust and believe there is a deeper problem. So let's talk about that, right? Let's go ahead and get into what that is, why that's the case, and what you can actually do to fix it. So, the first thing I need you to know is that you don't have a marketing problem, okay? What you have right now is more or less a messaging or a misalignment problem. See, what happens oftentimes is we get into a habit of wanting to attract a particular type of client, our ideal dream client. However, we are sending out the wrong or mixed messaging. Okay, let me give you an example of what I mean. If you are trying to attract what I consider to be your champagne clients, again, your ideal dream clients, those people that you do your best work with, get the best results for, those individuals who are really, feeling you, vibing with you, they love your energy, you are energetically connected. Those people, they're out there, but they don't know you're talking to them if you are messaging in a way that is speaking to like more or less the masses, not specifically to their issues. Okay, so when you are putting your messaging out there, you want to make sure that your messaging is speaking directly to their needs with where they are in the journey right now. Okay. So if you're, for example, wanting to attract people who are, action takers, solid decision makers, they are high achieving women, they are ambitious women, they are ones who is going, they're boss chicks, right? They know what they want, they go after it and they don't stop until they get it kind of chick, like the women that I work with and that I'm called to serve. You've got to be speaking their language. So if you're speaking about everything from the perspective of, say, a beginner, right, or somebody who is still in the corporate arena, and say, for example, this individual you want to speak with, they've already left that corporate job. That's old hat, right? That's old news. That's not their issue now. You've got to be speaking to their champagne problems, right? You've got to be speaking to where they are right now, right? What are they struggling with right now? Not where they're going to be necessarily or where they were, but where they are right now, right? So, for example, another example I want to give you really quickly is when I was putting out messaging years ago when I first started my business and I didn't dive deeper into messaging yet. So, I didn't really understand the depth of how what messaging was all about. I was also attracting the wrong kind of clients, right? Because I was speaking from a place of being broken, and that's what my messaging spoke to. And those are the women that I drew to me. Those are the women who were attracted to me. And then when they started to come in hordes, right? And by the droves, I was like, whoa, pump your brakes, sis. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. I don't want to work with people who are broken. They're just as broken as me. Okay. I want to work with people who are ready to take action and go to the next level. Right. And I want to teach you how to get there. So make sure that when you are speaking to your not just audience, because that means you're having a vague message to attract all kinds of people, but you're not trying to attract everybody. You're trying to attract one type of ideal client avatar. Okay. So make sure your messaging is on point and make sure you are aligned energetically and in all the ways with those particular individuals that you're also wanting to attract to you. Okay. And they will come just like as if you were a magnet. They'll just show up when you're talking directly to them and speaking their language. Okay. Another thing I need you to know is that people buy energy. They don't just buy the offer. Okay. And by that, I mean, are you showing up in your full CEO capacity with are you magnetizing those individuals you want to work with because you're showing up in your full CEO energy, or do they feel or sense that you're so busy, so broken, so burnt out that you wouldn't have the capacity to serve them? Because you may not see it right now. Sometimes we can't see outside of ourselves, right? But they can see and smell that and sense that a mile away. Okay. So people can see what you may not be able to see within yourself. So you've got to pay attention to those details. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, and you're wondering why they're not coming and why they're not wanting to pull out their hard-earned dollars to work with you and invest with you at the level you want them to invest with you at, I'm telling you, that's more than likely why. Because those people are feeling misaligned with where you are, or at least how you're showing up, right? They can only go by the impression that you're giving. So if you're giving that impression that you ain't really got it like that, right? Or that you're tired, right? And you're exhausted and you're stressed out and you're burnt out and all of those things, they're not wanting to work with somebody like that, right? Because they're already there themselves. They're looking for somebody who can give them the help that they need and find the solution to their problem. And if their problem is that they're already burnt out and stressed out and exhausted and all of that, and you are exuding that same kind of energy, then they are just going to bypass you and look for somebody who's not, right? Who seems, they're going to look for somebody who gives them the impression that they're beyond that phase and that they have the energy and the capacity and the wherewithal and everything that they need them to be equipped with in order to equip them with exactly the right tools so they can succeed in their business and their life as well. Does that make sense? Okay, so people buy energy. They don't buy just your offers, okay? The next thing I want you to know is that your offer can be great. I mean, it may be a really, really, really good offer, okay? However, you can have the best offer, but if clients that can't see that, they're not going to buy, okay? Again, your messaging may be misaligned, and if you have mixed or misaligned messaging, that causes confusion, and confused minds don't buy. You got me? The other thing is that consistency beats complexity. Consistency beats complexity, okay? That means that your ideal client, they're not looking for a guru. I know that may be hard to believe, right? With all of the messaging out there, you might have that twisted, but I'm promising you, they're not looking for a guru. They're really not necessarily looking for a guru. They are looking for clarity. They are looking for the transformation. They're looking for a certain outcome. They're looking for what's in it for me. What can you, the specialist, the expert, right? What is it that you can do for me? What's the solution to my problem? So the expectation then is, what results can you give to them, or what are the results that they get, by working with you? What is your big promise? How can you simply serve them, right? Not get them caught up in all of the complexities and the complications of business and all of the intricacies. They don't want all of that, right? They just want to know, how can you simply serve them in a way that feels good and right and aligned with where they are and where they want to, not necessarily where they are, but where they want to be. Okay. So make sure that as you are speaking about, your messaging, you also want to consider the kind of transformation outcome result that you can get for your clients and speak to that and the benefits of that as well. Not so much like getting all caught up in the features, right? That is important, but it is not more important than the actual benefits that you offer. Okay. And by benefits, again, I mean the transformation. What is it they actually get as a result of working directly with you? And what is the secret sauce, the formula, the 1, 2, 3 step process, whatever you want to call it, right? That you offer that is unlike your competition. Because, there are a lot of people that do similar things, but what do you do that's unique to only you? That when you show up and they work with you and they follow your step-by-step guidance, blueprint, roadmap, or what have you, your recipe, they get these results. What is that for you? That's what I want you to be thinking about. I also want you to think about client magnetizing fixes. And by that, I mean, you should always be speaking directly to one person. See, what oftentimes happens is, a lot of women who are in business think that they're speaking to a lot of different types of people, right? You're not. You're always speaking to one avatar who's on a different they're on the same trajectory, but they're at a different place, phase, or level in the journey. Okay. So you've got to meet them where they are. But you have to start by speaking to one person. I'm not on here talking to the masses. I'm not saying, hey, everybody, this is what I can do for all of you. I'm speaking to you. Okay. And I know exactly what your pain points are and what you're struggling with right now. And that is why my messaging is very crystal clear. And I'm laser focused on my message to you because I know exactly where you are because I've been there, done that. And I'm ahead of you now. And now I want to reach back for you and tell you what, if somebody could have come back to talk to me about what I wasn't doing right or what approach I could have taken in a different route that I could have taken to get to where I am now faster, quicker, faster, sooner, I would have loved for a me to show up. So I'm showing up for you. But you've got to first get focused, crystal clear on what it is your messaging is, the results that you can actually give to the people you're calling to the attention to, right? Or to your attention rather. And you've got to be speaking with that clear message to one individual. Okay. Clear, bold solution. What is, again, the big promise? What is the promise you're making them to the problem that they're having right now? That's what you need to speak to, okay? And I want you to make your value visible. See, right now, you're not being as crystal clear as you need to be, and therefore you're not laser focused and zoned in or honed into that messaging, which is a marketing tactic, by the way, or a marketing method, I'd like to say, okay? So don't hide behind like vague language. You know what I mean? You've got to just really understand what your ideal client's needs are. Like if you can go back in time and think about what it was that you needed when you first started, or what you needed when you were in the phase of the journey where they are right now. What is that thing or those things that you would be wishing, hoping, praying that somebody could have showed up and said for you? That if you were to be able to go back and reach for the you back when, what would you be saying to yourself? Because that is what you need to be saying to the person who is looking frantically for you right now, desperately seeking you out. And she's like, where is she? Right? That's the person you need to be. That's who you need to show up as so that they can zone in to you, like stop the scroll and be like, oh my God, finally somebody gets me. They get it. They understand me. They see me. See, if you are not showing this person that you see them, that you feel their pain, you feel their heart, you know what's in their mind, you can practically read their mind, right? You know what's keeping them up at night. If you can't speak to them in that way, they're more than likely not going to invest with you. They're not going to buy from you. And that is why your business is cash poor and you're not getting enough clients because they bypass you just because you're being vague. But they don't know yet that you're the right person for them. You are the perfect positioned person for them. You are uniquely positioned, in fact, to do this work and to give them the big result, the big promise, the transformation that they're looking for. So you've got to start speaking to that. Okay. And get support. Okay. I'm going to say that how many times? 1,000,001 by now. And I'm going to keep on going. Okay. Get the support you need. You might be a little bit too close to see what's not clicking. Okay. So sometimes you can't see outside of yourself. And so you need someone who's not as close to this as you are to see for you so that you can see through their lens from their perspective and they can give you a different point of view. Okay. So stop struggling in this alone, sis. You've got support waiting for you, readily available and accessible to you. And all you've got to do is accept the help. Just saying. So I want you to book a freedom and focus clarity call with me. If you are struggling right now, let's go ahead and fix those gaps. Okay. Let's go ahead and get clear on what's next for you. What is the big plan? What is the next step? What is the blueprint or roadmap you need? And I'm going to be able to give you my secret sauce in order for you to get there. So book a clarity call with me if you need to get laser focused, but you first need to know what am I needing to get clear on and what is it that I'm missing that I don't know and can't see for myself. go ahead and book that call now, okay? And join my wait list to my new membership. I'm super excited about it. I built this with you in mind. It's designed for high achieving women like you who are done waiting and done winging it, right? Done doing this alone. All right. So make sure you get on the wait list because I'm offering my membership. It's a monthly membership, but I'm offering it at the lowest price it will ever be as of this recording. And when I go ahead and put that out there that I'm launching live and you're not on that list, I'm only offering this to the first 50 founding members. And so if you're not on that list, you won't be the first to know. And the message is going to go out to all my peeps. Okay. That means my email list, those of you here on YouTube in my community, those on all of my social media platforms, right? As well as the people at the Job Liberation Virtual Summit, which is specifically for Black women. So if you are identifying as a Black woman and you are ready to pivot in power, be it whether you're leaving a toxic work environment or job, or just a career that you've outgrown and no longer serves you, and you're ready to start and or grow your business or figure out what's next for you, even if you want to live abroad. We're talking about all the things, okay? It's over 20 speakers now, myself included. I'm one of the featured speakers. So if you identify as a Black woman, make sure you do register while we still have seats, okay? We are booking it fast. It's going to be so it's going to light you on fire. I promise you, we are pouring our heart and souls into yours. Okay. So if any of these resources sound good to you, make sure that you click the link in the pinned comment below so that you can go and get ahead and get started with any or all of these. Okay. Whatever suits your fancy and whatever, wherever you are right now that you feel is applicable to you. Okay. Now, if you're getting what I'm giving and you love these gems I'm dropping, go ahead and leave a comment below so we can get this discussion popping. And make sure you do subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell, because if you don't, you're going to miss any episode that I drop or whenever I go live. And I don't want you to miss any of the content here, especially if you're feeling this content and it's speaking to you. Okay. Also, I think, nope, I'm going to save that for next time. I'm going to share something big with you. I've got some big news for you. So just be on the watch out for, what I post in the community. Okay. But for now, that's my time. So I'm going to tune out while you tune in. Listen, be sure to watch the next video that YouTube recommends and share this out with at least 3 friends. Okay. As always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.